right here is probably the most important game I've ever played in my life. Forever. For years. It's like this game consumed my everything. Beating him was the mountain that you climbed. I can sit up here and I could tell you, at least from what I could gather of my earliest memories of this game, because let me rap with y'all. I don't know that this, what I'm about to say, seems like, unfamiliar, something from an ancient time. I grew up in the hood. Single mothers, trying to make ends meet, Nintendo Fresh. You can't get every cartridge. So, one dude in the hood get the cartridge, you trade him, and then you get it. And one of those early games that got traded that I sat around and watched my big cousin Greg and my big cousin Woo and my big cousin Joe play was this. Here's what I remember. Is I was there the first time my cousin Greg beat Mike. I was there. I remember where I was. Is that in the house that like everybody in my family in and out grew up in that middle room had the Nintendo, and it was like the weekend where doors were shut. Let's whoop Tyson. My big cousins was over there. The dudes who lived across the way, across the street from the corner store was over at the house. And it was like, yo, because like that's where everybody in the hood had it. Because when one person had it, everybody had the game. And it was like grind. Can you whoop them? I was there when my cousin Greg whooped them. And then after my big cousin Greg whooped them, it was just a show off like, yo. Because like once the code to skip the Tyson that I just put in came out of Nintendo Power, it was a show off. Like, can you whoop them? Like, yo, skip all the nonsense. Can you whoop this fool? And for a long time, and I've told this story, this right here was my mountain to climb. Because I watched for a long while, and then I start grinding. It's like, I learned a little bit. It's like way back then, it's like, it isn't the oasis of how this game interticks. It's like at this point, people whooping this fool blindfolded on a day that ends in Y, because that's how much this game has been dichotomized and studied. This game is listed as a sports game, but it's more of a puzzle. Because what makes this the most important game to me, even though I sit up here and say all the time, like, choose a day of the week, what's your favorite game? For a long time, before I got to that point where I expand my horizons and things like that, there was no better game than this one. Because of everything that I went through to whoop every single other fighter to make it to this dude, I chased whooping his ass for 18 years. And I remember it was just one of those days, a perfect storm. I'm like, I remember what inspired me for that run when I whooped Mike. I don't know if y'all remember G4 Tech TV, the channel. It was this episode of Cheat, and they was talking about how to whoop Tyson, how to do this, how to do that, and it just like, every now and then for years, I would get the cart and put it in and see what I could do. I'm like, I'm sorry that I forget the name of who ultimately gave me the cart of Mike Tyson punch out that I still have now, but I remember my little sister was dating this dude, and his cousin gave it to me. Like, that, I think from my understanding, they was cleaning out their attic or whatever and just throwing away stuff, and they knew that I like game. And you know what? I think that dude's name was Paul, if I'm not mistaken. That my sister was dating this dude named Brian. And I think that was his cousin name was Paul, I think. If I'm getting it wrong, I'm so sorry. But they was cleaning out their closet and he brought over a box like, yo, they was finna throw this stuff out, man. I heard you like Nintendo games. And I saw it in there. It was a whole bunch of dirt in there. It was like some specific games that I'm like, because Mom's bought that for me. Like that was thinking about Bubble Bobble and Darkwing Duck. She bought those for me at a Goodwill. But yeah, one of those games in there was Mike Tyson. Cause for a while, it was a cart that ultimately my cousin Wu got the game, and the family had it. So it was getting passed around back and forth, taking here, taking there. I had my hands on it for a minute, and I finally got my own cart. It's like I said, because I got completely off topic. But yeah, that's where I got my car from. And I remember that episode of Cheat where they was saying it, where it's like, this is how you whoop them, da-da-da-da-da. And this is like stuff that over the years of me every now and then trying to fight Tyson when I had my hand on a cart. Shout out to Jeremy Grisby, John Grisby, all of y'all, man, was really good, man. Like for a minute, he had gave me a big old box of games. And it was a big old box of Nintendo. Anything I remember playing Knight Rider and Captain Skyhawk and all that nonsense. This was in that box. So for a minute, I had my own copy and I was grinding it. Like, I'm like back then, like, yo, I accidentally discovered how to knock out Glass Joe with a punch. You know what I'm saying? I was accidentally like press a button. You know what I'm saying? Like you randomly knock them out. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And it's like over the years, like I said, that this game has developed into this thing. And I keep getting off topic, but like I said, the day that I whooped Mike, it was a perfect storm. Everything that I ever known about this game came together in one fantastic run. Couldn't nobody touch me. I'm dodging all the spin punches. I'm blocking all the magic jabs. I'm like, yo, you want to hit me with that soda pop? Nah, bruh. Dreamland Express? Nah. Triple is wide awake. I'm finna dirty you fools. And I dirtied everybody. Bull charge. I'm like, Piston Honda, you can't touch me. Yo, Don Flamenco too? Nah, bruh. Nah, I got you in them loops, player. Couldn't touch me. I got the mic, and it was just... This was the game that taught me all you need to do is to let it happen once. It's just one time. Because once you do it the first time, it becomes easier. As Dan Reichert. You know, but the thing is that I'm trying to say is that this game that been out for almost 30 years is that the game won't be celebrating its birthday until October the 18th, if I'm not mistaken, of this year. The thing is, like I say, I have said a lot of things. You probably wouldn't be listening to me talk about video games right now if it wasn't for my demon that I chased for 18 years, like I said. And to know that this game has been out for 30 years and to be around for the majority of it, to be around, well, actually for all of it, because I'm 33 today. So I've been around for all of this. A lot of this that I don't quite remember. Like I said, I told y'all the story about when my big cousin Greg beat Mike for the first time, and then after Cuz figured it out, everybody in the hood was whooping Mike. Everybody passed the cartridge around. Like, yo, here, you got this. I'm like, the same people who I think they got the this Mike Tyson cartridge from was the same people who they bought and got when I played Super Mario Brothers 2 for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like as I got older, man, I built up my own collection. And it's like this is a cartridge that I'm proud to have in it. It's like, let me be for real. Who in the fuck is Mr. Dream? I don't know that guy. I'm knocking him out. Kid Dynamite, Mike Tyson. I'm like, I understand about what ultimately happens about licenses and this and that or whatever. I'm like, to be honest, I have never fully played a game of Punch Out without Mike Tyson in it. It just seems like, honestly, and I'm gonna say this word, it seemed like sacrilege to do. I understand that Nintendo had to do something. I understand that before Mike Tyson was the final boss, Super Macho Man was the final boss in the gold cartridge that came out in Japan. I understand all this. This right here, it's like, to be for real, you can easily separate the video game character that is the final boss of this video game, Mike Tyson, from who Mike Tyson is. Is that man done been through ups and downs. But I've always known to separate the two. I'm not chasing the fight Iron Mike, because in real life he'd probably tap me and I'd probably fall. Well, not really, but you get my point. I owe this game everything. I do. Like I said, who I am at this moment in time right now when it comes to my love for video games is a perfect storm of, I want to hang out with my big cousins. I'm like, they who I want to be like. Anything you do, I want to do it too. And I think that was the part of me that chased whooping him forever. Because it's like, if you want me to be for real, my life is probably, depending on how you want to do it, is separated into two ages. Before I knocked out Mike Tyson and after I whooped his ass. Yeah, we went to round 3. It was cutting it close, but I finally got him. And it's like all the studying I've been doing of the various speed runners, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zalid, all them doing their thing, dude. Like, yo, I'm like, I get hyped whenever this come on GDQ, because it's like, to see games like that's what makes so GDQ what it is. It's like to see the things that as a kid that you couldn't do, to see them dichotomized in a way that's like, huh? That's why it's popular as it is. And yeah, it raises money and does all that, but for the kid in me to see like my childhood getting murdered like it's nobody's business, that's what keep me coming back. And that's what keep me donating too, because they do a good job. I'm like, you can separate all the drama and the bullshit and do all that, but they do a good thing. Yeah, we gonna play this. I'm like, I've been waiting for years to play this. Yeah, I still got Super Metroid. I know I got Mega Man to do, but I wasn't gonna let this pass by without sitting down and giving myself a chance to be honest about what is the most important video game ever to me. Is this? Is that, yeah, Super Mario Brothers 1, with everything that it did by becoming the phenomena that it became and still is right now, without that you wouldn't have this. But the thing is that I'm like, I wasn't chasing beating Cooper the way I was chasing beating Mike Tyson. Is that, let's be for real. Here's a fun fact. I beat the game on All-Stars before I ever beat it on the NES card. Warpless. I made it to the end, you know what I'm saying? I was able to do this when I was a little kid, jumping around like, hand him the control. Let him jump over there, and he beat him. Yeah, you did it. But I didn't beat Mario 1 until I rented All-Stars and then grinded it out on the weekend. Like, yo, I can do this. This is nothing. And then the lost levels fell, but that's another story. And we gonna get to that story one of these days. We will. I'm like, I know I still got Super Mario Brothers 3, and there's another Mario game, let it not be named, that we gonna get to. But I'm willing to sit up here and be like, yeah, the first game I ever played for Run That Rex is the reason why we have all this. But giving this game the due it deserves, from my personal view of the game that makes me a gamer, is this. And I'm like, you have most gamers that probably don't sit down and think about this, but you have something to do that sit up here and be like, yo, what's the game that changed it for you? This is that game for me, and I'm like, it's gonna be a fun time that whenever I get around to want to knock one of these fools out, man, boot it up real quick, knock them out, let's get it done. So yeah, this ain't gonna be no everyday thing. This is gonna be randomly. You gonna see, yo, it's another fight. Yo, Triple finna do it. Oh yeah, it's going down. So we gonna have a good time. We gonna have some fun, and we gonna do it. Oh, yeah, do that, Doc. Yeah, I should have did that at the beginning of this video, but don't mind me. Yo, database guy, we live. If nothing else, I just wanted to afford myself the opportunity to say thank you. Again, like I said, and I'll continue saying it, I probably wouldn't be on this mic right now if it wasn't for this video game. That's live. I'm like, this was my demon, and when I did it, the story is scattered all over random videos on this channel, but the first thing I did was call my cousin Greg. First thing I did! Bro, actually, before that, I ran up out of the house, just like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I am lighter because I have conquered this thing. And there's a video on this channel that, that talks about accomplishments and what my most important accomplishment is. And that's always going to be my boy no matter what. But when it comes to this video game shit, I've done a lot of things. I'm like, I have beaten a lot of bosses. I have seen a lot of endings. I have saved a lot of princesses in a whole bunch of worlds and universes. Nothing tops that first time. Nothing. Nothing tops that first time. And I honestly think it's like a junkie chasing a high. But I'm smart enough to understand that the reason why I can never chase that high was because that had 18 years to build. Seeing my cousins do it and just like, yo, the years of every now and then, yo, let's see what I can do. Got this far. Well, it's over. Sometimes it used to be random like, yo, I done whooped everybody else, man. Yo, put in the magic code. Let's see what I can do. You think I did it earlier? I can't even. I gotta work through it. I'm like, yo, it's like, here the thing is, I'm willing to give y'all a little piece of the game before we get up out of here, right? My problem when I try to fight him is I get in my own groove. And as soon as I get in my own groove, he flash, and I'm dodging before anything happened. Flash, bloop, mat on the mat. It's like that day when I finally whooped him, it was just like I was dialed in. I could see you coming. It's like your footwork, I'm seeing you. It's like, bing, 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 just getting. It's like, again, like I said at the beginning, the perfect storm. I don't know what else you want me to say. What else can you say, really? Yeah. Once I got past this, and again, it's like, it wasn't like my mind wasn't open then, but then when I start playing more things, it's like, that's why I love Gunstar Heroes. Sin and Punishment, like treasure games, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Love the shot of those. Like, I got reviews about that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you get them other games, when you start getting in all them fighters, you got Savior, you got Street Fighter EX2 Plus, you know what I'm saying? You got Marvel, and we can go on and on. It's like I say, my favorite game change on a daily basis. You can ask me one day, I'm like, yo, I think a couple of days ago, I think it was Blaster Master, because that's a game we gonna get to in a minute too. Because man, I've been deep diving back into Zero because I had dropped it for a minute. Like, I started playing and then I just got distracted. But the past couple of days I've been in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, For a game that's supposed to be a remake of something great, does a damn good job. I figured I'd take 2 seconds to say that, and I will have plenty of time to talk about that when I review Blaster Master Zero, when we play Blaster Master and do all that, because that's a game that deserves sign too, because that's a game that I remember playing when I was a little kid, but a game that I discovered when I was a little more depth of understanding about how deep this art form goes. This game, like I said again, this game ain't a sports game. This game is a damn puzzle game. Because it's your job. What is it that you do? What is it that I'm supposed to do to counter what you do to put you on the mat for the 10? That's what this game is all about, and that's what makes it the amazing game that it is. It's like, yeah, games have evolved and have done all these wonderful and amazing things. There are very few games in the streets that do it like this one. And I wanted to take some time to say exactly that. So, it's really nothing really else to say on this subject. But there are some things I would like to say before we get up out of here. Thank you. If you made it all the way to the end of this, thank you very much for listening. Understand that, yo, I'm going to be real. Like, give me a second. Like, when this started, I had some tears rolling down my face because a lot of what video games mean remind me of the boss. And it's like, those things clash together. They are what they are. As usual, I'd like to thank my squad. Jock King, Evil Free Zeal, Evil Savory, Steve O bitch ass. Shout out to my big brother B Mac. Shout out to my little big brother Chucky Flex. I ain't forgot about you. I'm gonna tag you on Facebook, my nigga. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my extended family. Perfect Trio fam, my big brother Daily Ray Neo. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank me. You should always take a second to thank you. Shout out to 80 Pound. Romans 2478 Factor Vladimir and Clash Maximus. shout out to 80 man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big cousin Greg, my big cousin Wolfer, and my big cousin Joe, man. I've told the story, let me say it again. If it wasn't for me trying to chase y'all, I wouldn't be right here right now chasing my dreams. Terrence, I don't know when it is that you are going to hear this. Even though things are what they are, every day because of you, I'm a better man. I am. If you made it all the way to the end of this, know that it's okay to chase your dreams. And for years, my dream was to put him down for a 10. Get the TKO, whatever it was, to get the win. Never give up. You can take that away from this. If it was anybody that I missed and you felt that you were missed, thank you too. Really quickly, just so that I date this, thank you for the day, Cottontail. I don't know if you're going to hear this either, but thank you for giving me something a little different. I appreciate that, for real. Yo, let's turn this into a video. How about that? How about I turn this into a video? And maybe randomly you'll catch me knocking out Glass Joe with a punch. Or I'll box him for real, I don't know. And then we can take it to Von Cosm. Then I could take the fight to Piston Honda. Take it to Flamenco. Take it to the boy King Hippo. Who after King Hippo? That would be Great Tiger. And then there'll be Ball Bull. And then you get to the world circuit, then it's who? I think it's what? Piston, huh? Because I forget like the order of the world circuit. I couldn't for the life of me. Like right at this moment, I couldn't sit up here and tell you the order of the world circuit if I tried. But I know that you get up later, you get to the boy Soda Pop, get to Mr. Dream, not Mr. Dream, like Mr. Sandman. The one who will put you in Dreamland with that Dreamland Express with that 1, 2, 3, and then dodging them spin punches of Super Macho Man, and then getting to Kid Dynamite Mike Tyson. You know what? Let's just go ahead and turn this to a video. How about that? I didn't have an intro because I let the game be the intro. So let me welcome you and let me thank you for joining me for another installment of Diary of a Game Whore, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. We're going to have a good damn time. Whatever it is, I feel like playing this damn game. Because the reason why it took so long for me to get this video done was because before I got the video done, I started playing a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's just what it is. So, go ahead and get up out of here. You know it is. The one and the only. The triple, the G.O.D. And again, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Diary of a Game Whore. With that, holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.